This is largely going to impact people who are in a pre-trial jail setting. So we're not talking about individuals who are in prison, who are under an order of imprisonment. In a jail setting, the individuals who can vote are individuals they have to be 18. So I know we're changing the law around people who are 17 and younger going into jail, but you're going to have to be 18, and you cannot be under an order of imprisonment. So this is folks who are still presumed innocent until they are proven guilty. There is the possibility that some people are in jail who have a felony conviction and are under an order of imprisonment. These are folks who, take a plea deal and they haven't yet been shipped to a correctional facility. A lot of people do serve their Department of Corrections time in a jail facility, so those individuals are not eligible to vote. We are simply talking about people who are still in a pretrial setting, and then there's a smaller subsection of folks who might be in a jail setting who can vote. Those are individuals who are serving time for a misdemeanor conviction, as well as if you are on probation and you got arrested. As long as your probation has not yet been revoked, you are eligible to vote. Likewise, this is going to be a little bit more complicated, so if y'all have questions about this, but if you're on parole, the current law allows you to vote after you have been on parole for a period of 5 years. So if in your 6th year you get arrested, if your parole has not yet been revoked, you are eligible to vote. I don't have the stats to back up this statement that's a very small population, but based off of my experience of going in and out of jails and prisons for the last 11 years, that parole piece is going to be very small. The largest population that would be impacted by this, Representative Mayhem, would be people who are in a pre-trial setting and have not yet lost their right to vote.
I appreciate the clarity you've provided on the questions. Thank you.
For the edification of the committee, I'd like to read to you portions of Revised Statute 18-115. Under letter F, it says,
we understand what the law is, and we have not disagreed with the law. This is merely asking approval for another category of people who don't fall into those listed numbers or number categories that you mentioned. We know what the law is.
I think this bill needs to extend it to those who are voting for the first time to have that absentee ballot. And I want to say this too, because I was incarcerated. I'm formerly incarcerated, and having that ability to vote, it just helped my morale. It made me really feel like a citizen again. And so I know just how important it is for a person to vote for the first time. I mean, when I did it, I took pictures. I put it on social media because I was excited about the process. And that's what this does. It excites you about the process of our democracy. And so I think it's so important to pass this bill to give that person, and I want to say this last thing, that all of the measures are already in place to collect absentee ballots for those who are incarcerated. You're just removing a restriction from somebody who has done it or who will be doing it for the first time. So I hope you all will pass this bill.
Beyond the legalities, voting is also about hope. It's about empowering individuals and reminding them that their voices do matter. Even in the face of adversity, for those in pretrial detention, the act of voting can be a beacon of hope and reaffirmation of their connection to society.
As a criminal defense and civil rights attorney, I have represented Louisianans in jails across this state. A great many of my clients are people who were first civically activated at the time of their arrest, because there is nothing that will tune you into the processes that govern your life more than having your freedom forcibly taken from you. That is exactly the population who this bill targets, people who are constitutionally entitled to the right to vote, but for whatever reason hadn't yet had the opportunity to vote, hadn't chosen to exercise that right. This merely corrects that wrong. For people who have been in jail, who are living in jail and prison, means facilitating that kind of access to the civic processes that govern their lives is fundamental. We are in a crisis of civic participation in this state. It is critical that everyone who has the right to vote has access to that right. It is incumbent upon this body to ensure that everybody who wants to decide who should be sitting on this body and has the right to is able to execute on that right. I hope that you'll pass this bill. Thank you.
I was a out-of-state college student. I'm very familiar with the absentee ballot that gets mailed to you. You have to submit your witness signature and all that stuff on. It is a physical hindrance for someone that is in pretrial detention to go to their precinct and cast a ballot for the first time. None of us on this body should be actively working to hinder the right to vote, should hinder the democratic process for anybody.
And I also come here to speak for the people that I registered on a monthly basis in the local jail. And not only go there to register them, but I go there with several other organizations. And so I'm seen in there quite frequently. And so it would be a disservice for me to give them the hope to be able to participate in this democracy. And now when I go back in there, to them to say, what happened? You came to register me to vote. Why did I waste my time registering if I'm not going to have the opportunity? And I just think that's a total injustice to the people, and it's a slap in my face, because I go there to bring these people this hope, and then I let them down.
As an American citizen, folks, people have a right to vote. And so this is just adding another category of people who find themselves in an unfortunate circumstance, and this gives them that opportunity. So I ask for your favorable vote.
Representative Marcel has made a motion that we report House Bill 743 favorably. Is there any objection?
Yes.
Representative Thomas has objected. Ms. Baker, please call the roll.
Chairman Boye?
No.
No. Representative Bayham? No. Representative Billings? No. Representative Boyd?
Yes.
Yes. Representative Carter? Yes. Representative Domain?
Yes.
Yes. Representative Farnham?
No.
No. Representative Gadberry? Yes. Representative Larverdane? Yes. Vice Chair Lyons?
Yes.
Yes. Representative Marcel? Yes. Representative Newell?
Yes.
Yes. Representative Shammerhorn?
No.
No. Representative Thomas?
No.
No. Representative Wright? Representative Weibel? No. There are 8 yeas and 7 nays.
All right. Democracy. Democracy.
All right. House Bill 743 will be reported favorably. Thank you, Representative Carpenter.